Every year we see another new groundbreaking tech. I made a promise that 2026 is the year I level up my content. So if you're like me, juggling 5, 10, maybe 15 different apps just to produce one piece of content, voiceover here, music there, sound effects in another tool, a translation somewhere else, I need to show you something. ElevenLabs just built a platform that might actually replace your entire creative workflow. And I've spent the last 2 weeks testing every corner of it. This is ElevenLabs creative platform. Voice generation, music composition, sound effects, multilingual dubbing, visuals, even full production services. I'm gonna walk you through the 8 most important features, show you real examples, and by the end of this, you will know exactly whether this belongs in your 2026 workflow. Let me set the context. Most creators I know, myself included, deal with this problem daily. You record a voiceover in Adobe Audition, refine it, then you jump into Premiere or DaVinci to edit the video, need background music or SFX, off to Epidemic Sound or Artlist. Want to dub your video into 3 languages for international reach? That's Descript or Papercup, HC's maybe $500 per video. The cost adds up, the time adds up, the mental overhead of managing 5 different tools, each with its own login, its own export settings. It's exhausting. ElevenLabs is betting that creators want consolidation. One login, one timeline, one bill. And since I've been using their platform in my own team's production pipeline, I can tell you, this tool is a must-try. But first, let me show you if it actually delivers. Try with me. And in the products section, pick a studio, then click a new project. The first thing you see when you open a new project is the timeline. If you've used any video editor or DAW, this will feel familiar. Horizontal tracks stacked vertically, voice track at the top, music layer below that. Sound effects, video, everything's drag and drop. Here's what I like. It's clean, no clutter. You can see exactly what's happening at any given timestamp. Waveforms are visible. You can trim, split, fade in, fade out. All the basic editing functions you'd expect. And here's the part that sets it apart from, say, Premiere or Final Cut. Every single element on this timeline can be AI generated. You don't need to import files from 10 different sources. You create them right here. Let me show you how. Text-to-speech is where ElevenLabs started, and it's still their strongest feature. You type text, pick a voice, hit generate, and you get human quality narration in seconds.
Hello! Hello, my name is Arthur. I am AI Master.
The voice library has over 1,000 pre-made voices. You can filter by accent, age, style, use case. Need a British narrator for a documentary? Done. A warm, conversational tone for a podcast intro? Done. An energetic hype voice for a product launch? Also done. But here's where it gets interesting. If none of those 1,000 voices work for you, you can clone your own voice. Upload about 1 minute of clean audio, just you reading a script, and ElevenLabs will create a synthetic version of your voice. I tested this, I recorded myself reading a paragraph, uploaded it, and 10 minutes later, I had a voice model that sounds about 85% like me. To understand how AI works, think of it like learning to bake a cake. Good enough for B-roll narration, chapter intros, or any situation where you need consistency but don't want to re-record. The use case here is obvious. You're a course creator with 50 lessons. You record lesson 1 in your real voice. For lessons 2 through 50, you use the cloned voice for efficiency. If you need to update lesson 23 6 months from now, you just type the new text, generate it, and drop it in. No need to set up the mic again. That's the value. Next, music and SFX. This is where ElevenLabs starts competing with Epidemic Sound, Artlist, and Audio Jungle. You can generate original music tracks by describing what you want. Upbeat electronic background for a tech tutorial. Cinematic orchestral score, tense and dramatic. Lo-fi chill beats for a study video. Type it in, hit generate, wait 20 to 30 seconds, and you get a track. I tested this with a product demo video. I needed a subtle, modern tech vibe, Nothing too aggressive, just something to fill the silence. I typed soft tech ambient, minimal percussion, professional. Got back a 2-minute track that worked perfectly. Not groundbreaking music, but absolutely usable for YouTube, client work, or internal videos. Sound effects work the same way. Door creaking open. Footsteps on gravel. Car engine starting. The AI generates it, and honestly, the quality surprised me. These aren't stock SFX ripped from a library. They're synthesized, which means you can request variations until you get exactly what you need. For video editors and filmmakers, this is a game changer. You're working on a scene, you realize you need a specific ambient sound, you don't want to spend 20 minutes digging through a sound library. Just type it in, generate it, done. Alright, this is one of my favorite features, Voice Isolator. You know, when you record a podcast or a video in a less than ideal environment, maybe there's background noise, maybe your neighbor decided to mow the lawn, maybe your air conditioner kicked on mid-sentence. Normally, you'd spend 15 minutes in Adobe Audition with noise reduction plugins, EQ tweaks, compression, just trying to salvage it. Voice Isolator does it in one click. You upload the messy audio, hit Isolate Voice, and ElevenLabs strips out everything except the voice. The result isn't perfect, no AI tool is, but it's shockingly good. I tested it with a recording I made in a coffee shop, intentionally noisy, lots of ambient chatter and clinking dishes. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? After isolation, the voice came through crystal clear. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Yes, signal looks good. Not studio quality, but absolutely usable for a YouTube video or a podcast episode. For podcasters, this is huge. For video editors working with client-supplied B-roll interviews, even bigger. Now let's talk about dubbing. This is where ElevenLabs directly competes with tools like Papercup, Deep Dub, and even YouTube's auto dubbing feature. You upload a video with English narration, you select your target languages, Spanish, French, Japanese, German, whatever. ElevenLabs generates dubbed versions in each language, with lip sync adjustments if you want them. I tested this with a 90-second explainer video.
Hey, ChatGPT, can you count to million for me?
I could, but that would take quite a while and wouldn't really be useful.
Original audio in English, I dubbed it into Spanish and French. The turnaround time was about 5 minutes per language.
ChatGPT, ¿podrías contar hasta 1 millón para mí?
Podría, pero eso tomaría mucho tiempo y no sería muy útil.
Salut, ChatGPT, peux-tu compter jusqu'à 1 million pour moi?
Je pourrais, mais cela prendrait pas mal de temps et ne serait pas vraiment utile.
The voice quality was solid, natural cadence, appropriate emotional tone, no robotic flatness. Here's the real value. You're a YouTuber with 100,000 English-speaking subscribers. You dub your videos into 5 languages. Suddenly, you're accessible to Spanish-speaking audiences in Latin America, French speakers in Africa, German audiences in Europe. Your potential reach just multiplied without hiring translators or voice actors. For course creators, this is even more obvious. You build a course in English. You dub it into 10 languages. Now, you can sell globally without re-recording anything. That's not theoretical. That's a real business advantage. One feature I find incredibly useful for storytelling is speech-to-speech. Unlike standard text-to-speech, this allows you to record your own voice and then transform it into any character from the voice library. It keeps all your original delivery, your timing, and your emotions, but swaps the actual voice. The barista in the green apron is humming something.
The barista in the green apron is humming something.
Whether you're creating original characters for a skit or need to stay anonymous while keeping a natural performance, it's a massive unlock for creative expression. We also have to talk about Scribe V2. ElevenLabs claims this is the world's most accurate speech-to-text model, and in my testing, it's been flawless. It converts interviews, gameplay, or even messy voice notes into transcripts instantly. Graduate level exam covering literature, philosophy, history, and complex reasoning. Gemini 3 scored 41%. For creators, this is the bridge between raw ideas and structured content. You can feed your recordings into the platform and get a perfect script back in seconds, ready to be edited or translated. Here's something most people don't know about. ElevenLabs offers a service called Productions. Basically, if you have a massive project and need flawless accuracy, you can commission human-edited dubbing, subtitles, voiceovers, and transcripts directly through the platform. This is aimed at agencies, brands, and high-volume creators who need premium localization and audio without hunting down freelance translators or voice actors. You provide the raw assets, and their team delivers the polished files. If you're a marketer running a global campaign or a course creator launching a massive program, Productions can handle the heavy lifting for you. All right, let's talk money, because all of this sounds great, but if it costs $500 a month, it's not practical for most creators. ElevenLabs offers 4 tiers: free tier, 10,000 characters per month of text-to-speech, basic access to music and SFX, no commercial use. Good for testing, not for real work. Starter plan, $5 per month, 30,000 characters. Commercial use allowed, access to the full voice library. This is the entry point for small creators. Creator plan, $22 per month, 100,000 characters, voice cloning, priority generation, commercial rights. This is the sweet spot for YouTubers, podcasters, and course creators. Pro plan, $99 per month, 500,000 characters, instant voice cloning, API access, projects, team collaboration, and priority support. There's also an enterprise tier for companies, custom pricing. If you're already paying for Adobe Audition, Epidemic Sound, Descript, and maybe an AI voice tool like PlayHT, you are at $105 per month. ElevenLabs Creator Plan replaces most of that for $22. Even the Pro Plan at $99 is cost neutral if you're currently subscribed to 3 or 4 tools. The question isn't, is ElevenLabs expensive? The question is, does it replace enough of my current stack to justify the cost? For me, the answer is yes, but your mileage will vary depending on your workflow. Here's what I just did while writing the script. I generated voiceover using a cloned version of my voice, added a background music track, cleaned up a noisy interview clip with voice isolator, and exported the whole thing, all inside ElevenLabs. That workflow used to require 3 separate apps, now it's 1. Does that mean you should cancel every other subscription and go all in on ElevenLabs? No. If you are a professional sound designer or film composer, you still need pro tools or Logic. If you're doing high-end visual work, you still need Premiere or DaVinci. But if you are a creator who just needs good enough tools that work fast and don't require a steep learning curve, ElevenLabs is worth trying. Link in the description below to try ElevenLabs creative platform. Free tier is available if you just want to test it. If you decide to upgrade, the creator plan at $22 per month is the best value. 30% off annual plans through the end of March. ElevenLabs is giving you every tool you need to tell your story. It's your year to create more, faster, and at a higher level. So I have one question for you. What will you create this year? Let me know in the comments which feature are you most excited to try: voice cloning, dubbing, music generation. Click the link below to try ElevenLabs and make 2026 the year you ship more creative work than ever. And see you in the next one.